Alright, welcome everybody. I am Nick Nitro Elliott, Tournament Director for Region 6, California Bass Federation. Alright, first tournament's coming up. It's going to be Sunday. Right now we're looking to have boat checks going to start about 5:45. And then once we get through with everybody, and of course the lake staff says it's okay, we'll get the blast off. Don't want you launching your boat prior to your boat inspection. You'll get a ribbon, as well as filling out all the paperwork. Pros, I need to have the quagga forms filled out. They need to stay on the boat while you fish, as well as everyone needs to fill out the waiver form. Now, I know some of you have already filled out the waiver forms and sent them to me. I'll have those. Just please remind me that you've already filled those out. And once again, with those waiver forms, you can date it, put today's date, but also cover the next 4 tournaments. So in the top right, there's like a little square box. You can put the 4 tournament dates up there, and should be good. That way you don't have to sign it one time, or I'm going to have to keep asking you to sign it. Also, the big thing is those that receive checks, you are not going to receive your check until I get a completed W-9 form from you. So please expedite getting that to me before you leave the lake. Also, I'll be there's a couple individuals that I need to talk to about their W-9 from last year, so that'll get ironed out prior to us launching. Now for the tournament, so the lake is low. All right, it's real low, so be careful out there. With that, if you plan to fish, we'll just call it the chocolate arm area. You're going to have to idle out to the point on the right, the first point to the right, and then idle back in. And then everyone else, if you're going to go fish into other parts of the lake, you're still going to have to idle out to that first point on the right. Now, as for off limits, do not fish the ramp. Do not cast onto the ramp. Your boat can be outside the ramp and can cast away from the launch ramp, but do not put your bait, line, etc. onto the launch ramp. Other things that may come up. So we're looking for, it's going to be 5 fish, 13-inch mouth open. If you can get it to go, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get it to go. Weigh-ins are going to be in the upper parking lot near the Chocolate Arm launch ramp. Now look, time is going to be, it's going to take a lot of time to do this. As for getting your boats out, because there's half of the field is fishing alone, but please try to expedite the process. There's going to be bags laid out. No, there's no flashing beacon. There's no bat signal. It's just going to be a black bin that has bags. So if you don't have a weigh-in bag, you can go there and get it. If you already have a weigh-in bag, use your own weigh-in bag. Go ahead, put the fish in it, and then as you drive up, all you have to do is run it to back, or just tell Bob or I, hey, the fish are already bagged up in the live well. We'll go and scoop it. Also, mark your big fish. I'm not going to ask you, Bob's not going to ask you which of the big fish are you going to want to weigh. You hand us 5 fish, we're putting those 5 fish on the scales. You tell us, hey, our big fish is marked. We'll find that marked fish. We'll weigh it, and then we'll put the rest in the bag. But we got to get off the lake pretty quick, and there's a lot of us. So we want to make this quick so we don't get closed in by the lake staff. All right, so questions in case if you're wondering. I'll go ahead and break down the 4th wall, or 5th dimension. I don't know how that works out, or whatever they say in Hollywood. But look, so as for the boat launching, how that order came about, everyone got listed. Everyone's name was listed. And then the pros, that is, their names were listed. I assigned you a golf ball. Basically, put a number on that golf ball. Then I wrote 1 through 26 on paper. And the first number, which is number 1, I reached in and grabbed a golf ball. That golf ball correlated to that name that was already listed, and that's who went into the first slot. And we did all the way down, right? So that's how the boat draw happened. I know some of the circus, they'll just, hey, evens are this, and you go in sequential order or odds or that, but I don't know. Me and my wife do it, and we don't mind doing it. In fact, my wife kind of likes it. So we're going to keep doing it that way. As for, I mentioned some of us are fishing solo. Now, I can't guarantee that you won't fish with. It will be even. What I'm saying is not like I can tell you that you'll have 2 tournaments where you fish solo and 2 tournaments where you fish with the partner. I can't do that. What I can tell you is I can try my best to get you at least 1 tournament where you fish solo, but it's all dependent on co-anglers. Remember, we're not even supposed to be fishing unless there's a co-angler in the boat. So I'm going ahead and running the tournament high seam or running the region high seam fit, and the Bass President's okay with that because we run looks like a pretty good show down here. But I don't want to hear the gripes or complaints like, hey, so and so had 3 events where they had a partner and whatever, right? If I have 26 co-anglers next event and I got 26 pros, guess what? No one's fishing solo. Or if I have 19, right? It's just how the numbers are going to shake out. If we have the same numbers this tournament for the next one, yeah, I'll go ahead and switch it. Those that had a partner this tournament will probably not have a tournament, or won't have a tournament, or won't have a partner for the next tournament. Within, there's some requests to have a partner, so that may change some of the dynamics as well. And then there's me. I always have a partner, right? Speaking of that, yeah, I will be, my launch order, or Bob and I's launch order, will be either be the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th boat out, right? I have to pull in 30 minutes early to make sure the launch ramp or make sure the weigh-in's all set up for you guys to get up there. So that's just what it is. So I would say sorry, but I'm not. That's just how I'm gonna do business. So shouldn't be any issues, but if they are, once again, that's just how we're gonna do it. All right, big thing, the umbrella rig, right? So it's gonna be, for the rules, it's 5 wires, 5 baits. 3 of those 5 baits can have hooks, 5 blades. That's it. Don't try to get a 6th wire. Don't try to get a 6th bait. Don't try to get a 6th blade. Don't try to combine and say I'm going to have a double chandelier going and it's 5, and then up the line there's another 5 armed umbrella rig, right? Just stick to the rules. Basically, they call it a crazy 8. Reason for it, don't know. Honestly, don't really care. But 5 wires, 5 blades, 5 baits. 3 of those baits can have hooks. That's it. Fishing deep. If you are catching fish that are deep, fizz your fish. You have to fizz your fish. Now, I know co-anglers, your pro may have you fishing, between 97.6 and 97.8 feet of water, and definitely dial into a specific bite doing that. But ask assistance from your pro as to how to fizz your fish. Pros, if you're fishing solo and you're catching fish deep and you don't know how to fizz your fish, you're dead wrong. So you better learn before Sunday, or don't fish deep. All right, we talked about the Quagga form. Once again, that's new. Also, the boater card. Those that need to have it, have it. Game Warning likes to show up on tournament days, have a permit for it, so I expect to see the warden out there checking everybody. Oh, some, as they say, etiquette things, just to alleviate some of the friction that may happen if this is your first time fishing with a co-angler, and vice versa. Co-anglers, you are on the back of the boat fishing your half. So you split it in half, where basically you'll say where the steering wheel is at. Co-anglers, from there back, that's you. Front deck, forward, that's the pros. Co's do not throw up forward. Pros do not throw back. That should alleviate some of the friction. Also, keep it fishing out there. Should be good. Granted, our lakes are small, water is low. Communicate out there. Don't try to, infringe on someone's spot, but also be within reason. Don't say, yeah, that guy pulled in 100 yards ahead of me. I was going to fish down that bank. Like, come on, man. All right. So, understand we should be good. Haven't had issues in the past, but we'll just be mindful of that. Also, got new news as for what's happening with state. All right, state's still at Shasta. That's just what it's going to be. Don't know if or when a tournament's going to be down closer to Region 6. So that's always going to be an adjustment, and we're going to have to go year by year by that. And like I tried to mention before, a lot of factors. The cost of putting on an event someplace, the amount of people that's liable to show up and fish, and the amount of fun, meaning how easy can people catch the fish. Now, I know we all say we are competitive and uber this and ready to go to the next level, but honestly, this level's just above the club. So if you're super competitive, you want something a little more stringent, higher, we'll say payouts, then I'd recommend fishing the Toyota Series and go from there. But state qualifier. So I know we were talking about having a percentage of the anglers going to state this year, and that's how the qualification was going to happen. But it's been officially squashed. That's not happening. We're going back to the same format as last year. So top 20 co-anglers, top 20 pros will be moving on to state. Right now, looks like if you fish 3 tournaments, co-anglers, all 13 of you are going. Pros, looks like 6 of us may have to stay home. So there goes your competition. It's going to be a fun time. Remember, overall, just trying to have fun out there, and we'll see how things go for the season. But like I said, the main thing for me is I want everyone to have fun, still compete, but I don't want anyone to get crazy or fist fights or anything ridiculous like that over going to state. Also, the semifinal qualifier. So, talked about that event. We got the okay to split it. So the way that sets up is that has to be a team event. Once again, that means you are not going to fish solo. You can't say, well, I'll just fish by myself. Nope, not going to happen. So you need to have a partner. 2 pros can fish together. What I mean is 2 pros that fish the season. They're affiliated with the California Bass Federation. They decide to team up, and they're good to go. They can fish it. Now, I need to have basically 10 boats in order to pull this event off, and the people qualifying direct line to the semifinals will be based on that number. So 1 and 10 go. If I have 100 boats, that means 10 will go straight to the semifinals, and I think the semifinals is at Millerton, and if I only have 10 boats, then only one's going to go directly to the semifinals. Still, we'll have cash prizes, or you'll be fishing for money, not just the trip to go to the semifinal. And it has to get done before August, so I'm going to look into, basically we're going to do it in July, and it's looking like Yuma, Lake Martinez. So, once again, it may upset you. You may say it's super hot. I hear everything you're saying, but those are going to be it's going to be the choice. That's what we're looking to do. So if that, once again, drives down the participation, then we just won't hold that semifinal qualifier. But if we still get enough participation, then we will. And it's not just you have to fish this season for the final qualifier, you just have to be affiliated with the California Bass Federation. So, you know, those that signed up, but Lip Rippers, that's fine. Maybe Hidden Valley, good. Whoever else in basically in SoCal, they can join it. They're affiliated with the Bass Federation. Also, I'm going to look into see if we can have the double qualifiers. What I mean, those that have gone to state, will they still be able to participate in the semi-qualifiers, you know, just as a safety net? We're still trying to get that ironed out. Yeah, other than that, I think we hit on everything. I expect to see everyone in the morning on Sunday. Take your time getting there. You don't have to be there exactly at 5:45. I mean, it does help, but we're not going to launch until we're able to anyway, until the lake staff lets us go. So just don't want anyone, you know, speeding to get there. There's no penalty for being late. But I do believe the gates will open at 5:30. The concession stand, or where everyone's going to pay, is going to be about open up around 6. So if they start letting us in before we're done with the boat inspections and things like that, just go ahead up near the gazebo, find a parking spot. We'll continue the inspections there. Also, the last thing, I guess it jumps back to the etiquette part, is co-anglers, you are to pay your pro or your boater some of the day's expenses. It says half the day's expenses, but we got small lakes, so let's get real. So just keeping the cap at $40. I will say this: everyone just pay your fees, pay your entry to get into the lake, and then on top of that, co-anglers give, you know, $40, $30. Hash that out between you and your pro. I'm not getting into that. I'm just telling you the max is $40. Pros, I get it. You may be coming from LA down here to fish, and it's a haul. Gas is what gas is. But if you didn't have a partner, you'd still be driving down here and you would still be fishing, and you wouldn't get any compensation from your co-angler because you wouldn't have one. So we're not trying to put kids through college with this. It's just to offset some of the day's expenses. So again, see you Sunday. Tight lines out.